with guys, you always find them struggling with deadlines because of the different responsibilities that they have. And also, many times you'd find that the quality of work is rushed, while with the female students, you see them giving more time at developing better quality. But that does not mean that the output is better, but they just take more time. For most of the female students, I mean, they view university as the ticket to success. For the male students, that could be different because the alternatives that they have are wider. They have more alternatives. A university degree is, for women, it's more valued. Statistically, we have higher levels of female graduates than male graduates, so obviously the competition for jobs is higher. So women are always competing against each other, whilst within the men is that there's a lot of sharing culture. They always help each other, they always share information with each other, not necessarily in a cheating or plagiarizing way, but always that culture of helping each other out. I think some of the greatest challenge as an educator is to get them out of rote learning and memorization and getting them to think and question and understand, because they always ask me, do we have to memorize this? And I always say, you have to understand this, not memorize it. And the other challenge that I've also faced is the language barrier. Most of the students here, English is not their first language. I definitely think that the curriculum really pushes the students to achieve most of the learning outcomes of the university, but it also depends on how that material is delivered to them. So you always have to form linkages between what happened in the past and what is happening now. Some of the things that I've gained from being at Zayed University is patience. I mean, because you really have to be really patient when you're dealing with students and students with different needs. I also learned to be very proactive in my approach because I'm faced with different challenges and each student case is unique and different. So you have to be really proactive, flexible, and you also, at the same time, you have to maintain a firm position. One thing about our students here at Zayed University, and Emiratis in general, is that they are excellent negotiators. Unfortunately, I'm not, but for the most, they're really, I mean, they don't take no for an answer, and they always try to negotiate, push deadlines, and so on. But one thing that I've learned, which a lot of my students appreciate, is that I always make sure that I set out the expectations from the beginning so that everyone is on the same page. You should not give in easily, because once you do it once, that's just going to be the pattern all the time. So I do not negotiate the quality of work that has to be presented, because they know that if it is a bad quality that they're presenting, they do know what the consequences of that would be. I'm flexible when it comes to certain minor deadlines or quiz dates if it is within the scope that I can manage. I mean, give them an incentive. So I say, like, if you do the quiz on this day, then there is a bonus question that you're going to get 2 points on. What I would do, I always add an incentive to it so that they're more motivated and they negotiate less. So yeah. Our students here they're very warm. They are a lovely bunch, really. And so take the most of the experience. And also be prepared to be open about things, to be flexible about things, but then be flexible but firm. Also adapt to change, because things change, rapidly. So be flexible and open-minded towards change. But the good thing about, this place and this institution in particular is that everyone, especially from an administrative and a faculty level, they're very cooperative and they're very open. You always go to a colleague asking questions and they always help you out. They always go out of their way to extend that support to you. So that's something that I really appreciate. Some of the key ingredients to be a good teacher, and I'm still learning this, to show your students that you care about them and you care about their, and always ask them to step out and think and reflect about what they're doing and why are they doing this, in order for them to really understand. I think clarity is definitely a key thing here, is to always have clarity about what the expected outcomes are and what you expect from them, and don't dilute your standards just to appease them. I think it's also very important to always be prepared and know your subject matter and contextualize what you're teaching to their context, the context that they're living in. You also have to always maintain a certain level of distance when you're dealing with, the students. But friendliness is something that they always definitely appreciate as well.